Good afternoon, gladiators. We who are about to play salute you. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of the Games Gladiator. That's a mouthful, isn't it? I am, of course, your host, Oliver Joyce from Whiskey Barrel Studios. And today we're playing a little-known game you may or may not have heard of called Fortnite. Now, Fortnite came out in 2017 and basically has dominated the gaming scene ever since. Made by Epic Games, firstly and foremostly known for the Unreal game series and the Unreal Engine, which is used to make a lot of popular video games. Fortnite was released and was fairly successful in its first game mode, which was called Save the World, but then they brought out this extra game mode called Battle Royale to compete with another popular game at the time called PUBG, or Player Unknown Battlegrounds, and it was a phenomenon, a huge success, which has been played hundreds of millions of times and makes about $100 million a month or more since it's been released. I've played this once before on the PlayStation about a year and a half ago, but I've decided to check it out on the PC, so let's fire it up and see how we go against the young kids of Fortnite. All right. So here we are in the lobby of Fortnite's Battle Royale mode, and as you can see, I have my player here. It's just a regular avatar, and I think that's sort of random each time you play. It can be a guy or a girl. You don't really get to choose that, but you can customize it to the nth degree. You can add helmets and hats and even special dances and that kind of thing, whatever you like. A lot of the money they make is through selling custom gear. There are, of course, 2 other game modes, Save the World and the creative mode, but I'm not trying those today because we really just want to get into the Battle Royale mode, which the game is most famous for. So let's jump in. So we're in the Battle Royale mode where 100 people will arrive at an island and you basically just have to try and outlast them all. That's the simple aim of the game. You start off on a bus and then you jump out and you try and stay alive long enough to be ranked number 1. And the world sort of shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. This game, when it first came out, as I mentioned, was competing against another game called PUBG, or Player Unknown Battlegrounds, which was very popular at the time. And when this came out, it absolutely wiped the floor with it. Everyone switched over to it. You can kind of see why. It has these beautiful cartoony graphics that are just really stylish and colorful, whereas Player Unknown Battlegrounds felt very much like a PS2 game. Had a traditional sort of first-person shooter army vibe to it, or Call of Duty, that kind of thing, but none of the joy and character of a game like this. So we're in the lobby at the moment, just the waiting room, and you can kind of run around and jump and so on. These are the people that are going to be competing in the game. Now, we're all on the bus. This is, of course, the famous battle bus. Flies through the air, and there's the Fortnite island below. We will be landing on this island shortly, and we're going to jump out and see where we want to go. Let's aim for, I don't know, the river or something. As you can see, other people are jumping out right now. Up on the top right of the screen now, you can see how many people are still left in the game. We're ranked 98th at the moment because 2 people have unfortunately already died. And I have no doubt when we land, it'll only be a matter of time before we join them. As I mentioned earlier, I have played this game before on the PlayStation once or twice over one night. When it first came out, I had a couple of quick games of it, and I didn't last very long. And I can't imagine I'll survive too long in this game because it has been played by millions of players and mostly kids, and these guys are really good at it. These guys and girls are very, very fast and very talented. So I imagine as soon as someone sees us, it'll be all over. And you can already hear the sounds of gunfire. We've landed here. There's a chest. We're going to break that chest open and see if we can get ourselves a weapon. What do we get? What is that? Oh, it's a fence. Okay. Yeah, so part of the game is building, and I never really got the hang of that. You can build things like a wall and that kind of thing if you want. So we're building a wall, much like it's going on in America right now. We're trying to build a wall, and it's not working, so we abandon that. All right. What happened there? I found the whole wall stuff quite confusing. We have a wall, there we go, and we could hide behind that. So you can build, entire bases and so on if you're really good at it, but it requires a bit of skill, A skill that's beyond my level. We really need to find ourselves a weapon. So there's some lovely art direction in this game. It reminds me a lot of the World of Warcraft art direction. Very cartoony, beautiful colors, and reminiscent of a Saturday morning cartoon. And you can see why it's been so popular. I mean, they really do literally make hundreds of dollars a month on this game. You can chop down things like this. You can see the stone and the wood wobbling, which is highly realistic. But we're getting our resources if we wanted to build a fort and hide in it. But what we actually want is a weapon. So we're already in the top 50 and we haven't even encountered anyone, because people will kill each other very quickly while we do our lumberjacking. Maybe there's something in that fort for us. I think it's quite a big map, and it does get smaller and smaller. Now, is there anything in that fort? Wood. We need more than that. We need a weapon. You can see why this game is so popular, because it's very much like, hide and seek, and, games that have been popular with children for time immemorial. It's just a sort of modern online version of that with dress-up costumes. And I feel kind of silly explaining Fortnite to you guys, because no doubt that you guys have played this a lot and are a lot better than me, and you'll be screaming at the screen, do this, do that. And if you guys were playing, I'm sure my adventure would be over quite quickly. You can play team modes of this as well and join a squad and compete against other squads. We're just playing the solo mode right now. Wandering around. We haven't encountered anyone yet, and I'm looking forward to meeting them. Look at this, I'm already in the top 40. Perhaps I will be a Fortnite legend. Perhaps I'll be one of the great Fortnite players of all time. You might see me in a tournament in Fortnite in the years to come. One of the great celebrities of the game. It's kind of funny, people actually do become celebrities playing Fortnite. There's like a kid called Ninja who makes millions of dollars playing games like this. And gets invited all around the world. Let's play a little game of soccer. Do you get any points for kicking a goal? Probably not. What's that? A shield potion we can use. Use that. That protects us, I think. Oh, cool. We've got a shield now. Got ourselves a shotgun. Blast the door open. Now we're in a winter wonderland, which is quite fitting if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. I am, of course, Australian, and in Australia we've just had a heat wave, so we've had the opposite. The days have been 30, 33, 34 degrees Celsius, which is, around about 100 Fahrenheit or more. It's been a hot summer, and thankfully today it's a bit of a cooler and a rainy day, and a perfect day for a little online gaming. I don't really get to play games like this much anymore, and to be frank with you, I'm getting a little old for this sort of stuff. This is very much a game for kids, and people who have a bit more time on their hands. That's why having a games channel is kind of fun, because you get to try them out for an hour, I get a bit of a taste of it, and then move on to the next thing, because I don't get really that much time to play these things anymore with a family, and of course building my own games. Very time consuming. I got a lot of other things I want to do, like read books and, go hiking and see friends and so on. And that's part of getting older, but I remember being young and having so much more time on my hands to get good at these kind of things. Whoa, I'm sliding on the ice. A little ice skating. Oh, we've got tons of weapons there. Oh, a balloon. Should we use that balloon? Well, up we go into the sky. A beautiful adventure. If only we could find someone to shoot from our lofty perch in the sky. Oh, where am I going? I really probably want to come down at some point, don't I? Can you guys see anyone? There's a cave up there. Let's see if we can get into that cave. Whoa, no, no, no! No! Oh! Oh. What a sad way to end. Let's return to the lobby. Let's play another game. What do you think? I'd love to see how all the different skins and characters. So we're now a girl now. It's quite amazing how much you can customize the game, and like I said, these how they make a lot of their money is through customized gear and helmets, and they make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars out of this game, hundreds of millions a month. It is hugely successful, and just some cosmetic gear and stuff like that. And you can buy expansion sort of things, but it shows you that once you reach the pinnacle of gaming, at the top they are wealthy people at Epic Mega Games. Epic are of course famous for the Unreal Engine, which is what Fortnite is made using, and it really shows it off. It's not an engine I've used before to make any games, but some of your other favorite games have probably been made using the Unreal Engine. This, of course, being the most famous, but there used to be a game series called Unreal, which was similar to Quake and Doom and all those kind of things. Almost a precursor to a game like Fortnite, except it was first person, so looking out of your eyes. There's some friends. So where should we land this time? Somewhere in the forest? Let's land a little bit towards the middle where everyone else is jumping out. So we're gonna head down into the forest, see where we land. I don't know, I guess the island changes. I'm not really very familiar with it, but I'm sure there's sort of new custom modes coming out every week that add to the challenge of the game. There's someone there. I bet if we land near them, they'll kill us. So maybe we'll land over here. Through the tree. It's hilarious to me that people have made so much money just from playing this kind of game. Guys like Ninja and other YouTubers and so on, and the Twitch streamers. I mean, I can see the appeal in people wanting to watch the best players play these kind of games. People like PewDiePie and the other guys like that. They're just like you and I, really. They just, some reason they're hugely popular, and they built up a very lucrative career doing this kind of thing, and that's the dream. But it's kind of funny as a game developer. A lot of the time these guys play our games, and we really live and die at the mercy of them playing our games. And Swords and Sandals, which is of course my game series, lives and dies on YouTubers playing it, and then people finding out about that. And certainly in places like Poland and the Czech Republic, YouTubers like Gimper and Fly Guns and all those kind of people that play my games, whenever they play it, the games get a huge sales boost, and it's wonderful. Oh, there's someone. We're in battle, our first combat action, but I'm low on ammo. Oh dear. Switch. Where have they gone? Did we get him? Oh. It disappeared. I might have got someone. Yay, we got somebody. But yeah, we live and die on them, but it's a strange era when the content creator is way more famous than the game creator, you know what I mean? When I say content creator, I mean the YouTuber and so on that make money playing these games, whereas guys that make the games live on an obscurity. Well, I wasn't paying enough attention, and I got shot by this strange cat person sort of thing. Well, let's have one more game and see how we do. See if we can improve on our 50th place there. You can see how addictive this is, and people sort of log on each night and playing it better and better and better, and they level up with this sort of gamification system of earning trophies and gear and that kind of thing. And you can see in our locker we could probably change our outfit if we had any outfits unlocked, but we don't, unfortunately. So we're gonna go back to the lobby and play. Really lovely presentation, so on. And This game, make no mistake about it, is designed and marketed very heavily, and everything has been designed to the nth degree to make money. And there are a big team of designers and marketers and accountants and mathematicians behind it that have just figured out how to sell. And this game, it won't be popular forever, but while it is an absolute cash cow in the same way that Clash of Clans is, and so on. At the very top, they make a lot of money, and for every game like this, there's 100 other games that are trying to make it. And you can see over the last sort of 6 months or so on, Battle Royale has been the buzzword, and everyone tries to cash in on it. But often by the time you see it, it may be too late. You need to make your own unique spin on it, and that can be very hard because everyone just wants to play the best. Everyone wants to play Fortnite. Why would you want to play the smaller versions unless they offered something very different? All right, we're waiting to launch our battle bus in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, like there's an evil Santa shooting us. Go away, Santa. How dare you? Where, my friends, shall we land this time for our third and final match? What about over there by the desert? A lot of celebrities, as I mentioned, play the game. I know Drake, the Canadian rapper, plays Fortnite, and a lot of the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of sportsmen and people. It's a lot of young kids that have become sportsmen and grew up, in the last few years and play Fortnite, and that certainly adds to the appeal of the game. Whoa! So we're skydiving now. I've actually been skydiving many years ago in New Zealand. Myself and my then girlfriend went skydiving in a place called Lake Taupo, and that kind of looks a little bit like this. There was a lake and a mountain. It's very much a Lord of the Rings style country, and you fly up in a little plane. You go very high in the sky, 10 kilometers up or whatever. Then you jump out of this tiny little plane. I remember the feeling of dangling my legs over the edge of the plane and just my heart going doof, 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 doof. And you jump out and you flip and you see the plane, and then you see the ground far, far below you, and you get this crazy, crazy vertigo. It's unlike anything else. And then you free fall for 10 seconds, and the parachute is pulled, and you have this amazing, serene, beautiful experience as you glide slowly to the ground over sort of 5 or 6 minutes. It's one of the greatest experiences of my life, but also one of the scariest. And I don't know, I guess I would recommend it to you to try once if you are of the adventurous type. I don't know if I'd do it again. Oh, cool. What? I don't need a passenger, I want to drive. Cool, we got a little dirt bike. Awesome. Quad bike. Sweet. Yeah, skydiving was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, like everything, terrifying experience, but not something you'll ever forget. So we're driving along now. We're in the top 60, as 40 unfortunate souls have not survived. Is anyone shooting at us? No. Let's drive up to that little house on the hill and see if we can get ourselves a gun, huh? There are so many little kind of toys and things in this game. Balloons, dirt bikes, tons of weapons. It's very much like a sandbox, and that's wonderful. How can we get in here? Got any weapons for us? There's a TV. Can we watch TV? Nope. Kill the TV. Yeah, as I said, I'm too old for this, but I'd love to play this or if not this, a game like this in years to come with my young son Isaac, who's not even a year old yet, but when he's old enough, we'll team up as father and son, if he allows it. He might be too cool for his old man. You can learn a lot as a game designer from games like this, and what makes it tick. And it's not something I could ever emulate. I couldn't say make my own Fortnite game, but I could certainly take elements of it and apply them to my own. I've thought about making a Sword and Sandals Battle Royale game, actually, which would be really cool. It'd be a lot of fun. So that's the edge of the map there. I think this Eye of the Storm that sort of shrinks and chases you towards the middle of the game, much like Hunger Games, the movie, which so much of this was inspired by. I don't know, one of my small complaints about the game is, and it's probably just the way I'm playing, I don't really know the tactics, but you do spend a lot of the game kind of wandering around, not really encountering anyone, and then the battles themselves are so short-lived, unless you're really good. I think that's part of the kind of get good. And, you know, probably the best players know exactly where to spawn for the most action. But we're now in the, we're 35th. What did we come last time? 32? Let's see if we can best that just by staying alive. In our 3 games, we've only managed to defeat 1 player, but I would love to be able to take down someone else. There's some kind of house over there in the distance we could head towards, have some experiences. There is, of course, voice chat in this game, and a lot of the team games have voice chat, and I had to turn it off, I got to admit, because the voices at the other end sound like they're coming from, you know, 8-year-old kids all yelling out, "Get good," and "You're a noob," and that kind of thing. And it's like, ain't nobody need that. I'm not going to be lectured on a game by a little kid, even if they are way better than me. And you know, there's a lot of online bullying and that kind of thing that can go on in a game like this, and they do have things that to prevent it. You know, you can, you know, report players and so on, but I can imagine it would be very stressful if you weren't very good. Oh, there's a toilet. Let me just shut the toilet. That was heroic. Close the door. Leave the smell in there. Is it someone's in here with us? Oh, we can hear someone. Oh, we got combat. Ah, thought I was going to get him. Well, we came 29th. And as you can see, that guy was vaporized by this girl, Corey, and the cycle of violence continues. I'm sure we've only seen a tiny fragment of what Fortnite has to offer, and I'd love to know what you guys think of the game. You, no doubt, have played a lot more of it than me. As you can see, this girl is very good at the game, and she's building as she goes, and we didn't really do any building in our adventure, but so many of the tactics and so on are to do with the building of forts and the little things you can do in between. It's quite amazing. So we can view our match stats, and you can see we had 14 hits, 47% accuracy. Yeah, traveled a kilometer, 29th out of 91. Not too bad. Not that good. I mean, really, we were just lucky. But that, my friends, is Fortnite. The little indie game by a tiny company called Epic. Check it out. Maybe I'll play again. Maybe I'll see you on the battlefield, and you can take down the Games Gladiator. That's it for today. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I look forward to the next video, which I'm not sure what game I would like to play next, but it'll be coming up in the coming days. And I'll see you real soon. Enjoy the rest of your day and week, and bye for now.